Hey, it's your girl Miss Lee here. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on where you are. Thank you for watching my video. First of all, if you're new to the channel or you just haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe, hit the like button and the notification so that you are aware every time your girl drops a new content. Guys, you can follow me on the gram. I'll put my Instagram handle across the screen. Okay guys, Blue Therapy. Now I weren't really into watching this. It was one of my brethren and she was like, honey, you need to watch this so we can talk about it. I was like, all right, like we don't have nothing else to talk about, you know. And I was like, all right, cool. Whatever. My next brethren and she was like, if you watch Blue, hey, it's funny, it's bad joke, you need to watch it. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And then my next brethren, she just sent it to me. She sent me the link for the first episode and I was like, all right, let me watch this, see what I want. And all I have is one word: acting. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know if these people are partners genuinely. I don't know if, you know, Paul is genuine with Chima, if I've said the name right, and if Deborah's genuinely with Jamal. I don't know that. But I'm going to say it looked like them at arc. When I lie, it looks like there's a lot of acting going on. Now, if I'm wrong, then jeez. Guys, if I'm wrong, let me tell you what I think. Okay, let me keep that to the end of the video. Yeah, I'll keep that for my summary. I will summarize at the end of the video. But Blue Therapy is, you guys, whoever's clicked watch would know what Blue Therapy is, because I'm assuming that you'd only want to watch a review or what somebody thinks about the show because you've watched it yourself. I've only watched the first 2 episodes because they're like 30 odd minutes and, you know, that's already an hour of my life gone, and I don't know if I want it back, you know. So I've seen that there's at least 4 episodes. I don't know if there's more. If there's more, I will watch it. I will. But you have to give me some time. I might watch one day and one another day. And then I'll come back and give you some more of my commentary, what I think, what I think about it. But basically, Blue Therapy is a therapy session that 2 couples are having. And they've decided to have it in a reality TV style. Yeah, I guess, yeah. So it's been filmed and aired for the world to see. So, which may be why it comes across as acting if it's not, because they didn't really get too detail-y. The girls were kind of, they were given a bit more than the men, but no one really got into detail. And normal therapy, as somebody who's had therapy themselves, you get into detail, you get into the nitty gritty, and I'm still trying to work out who does what really. So I think it's acting, guys. But as I said, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So Chima and Paul. First of all, I'm gonna say Chima, girl, you seem like a really lovely lady. No, let me scrap that. I don't know you, but you come across intelligent. You can articulate yourself very well, darling, and you are a very attractive and beautiful lady. It seems to me that your emotional needs are not being met. Paul seems to be very big-headed. That bar-led, somehow he's able to bend it all the way around and stick it up his own arse. He seems to be very materialistic. He's very aggressive. And I do believe he is a little bit of a narcissist. I do. And Chima was talking about, the first episode, she was like, you're faking it until you make it. Now, I know, I'm no way, because first of all, I think he said it in every sentence, my clients are famous clients. They're well-to-do clients. You know, they're in a certain financial bracket, you know, darling, they're up there. They have a certain status. I think he's like made it known that his clients are wealthy clients. Cool. However, I do believe this is what Chima was trying to say is that he's very materialistic. He comes across as so materialistic, whereas she doesn't. She comes across as a go-getter, an ambitious woman, someone who does want to build with her man, but it's not always about showing what you've got and you're not have it. Yeah. So basically, the first episode was called Fake It Till You Make It, and that was directed mainly at Paul because Paul was fronting. Yeah, that's how she come across. Now, they didn't go in depth. They didn't really give real examples. She's saying, oh, you know, you're spending 10K on bottles of champagne, you don't really have it, or bottles of drink and you don't really have it. Now, if I was Chima, or that was my sister or my friend, well, I don't tell my friends to leave their man, but babe. So my question is, Paul, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Huh? Is it you make money through contracts, big money, or again, he didn't get into the nitty gritty like the other couple. You know, at least we kind of know what kind of field the other couple's in. I think Paul is a wheeler and dealer. Like in Cockney terms, he's a wheeler and dealer. He's, you know, does a bit of everything. That's what I think. When a man can't tell you what he does a bit of everything. You know, a little bit like a roadman, but legally. Or maybe, who knows? I just feel that when a man is very dismissive of your emotional needs, girl, you need to reevaluate your situation. Because one thing that is for free and that should come naturally if you love a person is communication and to provide for that person's emotional and physical stimulation, darling. And the fact that Paul is not doing that, to me, that is a major red flag. Why stay in a situation where your basics are not being met? My man can go out and bring in money, but her basics, what she's saying is spending time together, him showing her affection and love, he can't provide. She might as well go and do her own thing. Take this 3 years, they've been together for 3 years, as a learning curve, and girl, hit the road and find something else. That's what I would say. That would be my opinion. Because this man, him head shining a blow, him rude, he was asking the therapist questions. Now, again, this is what makes me feel like this is acting. Because if Denise was a real therapist, she would have nipped that in the bud from the first episode when he was like, well, what's your success rate? What? B, what do you mean? Bruv, you come to me. First of all, I would have been like, bruv, you and your girl come to me. Do your research. Yeah? Second of all, she should have turned it around straight away to say, this is not about me or how successful my business is. This is about you and your failing relationship. But she didn't. She kept it cute and she answered him and played into his little game a little bit. Then he started talking about, I do figures. First of all, you may be educated, but you don't come across as intelligent, Paul. The reason why I say that is because Paul was as I said, he's very dismissive and he doesn't articulate himself well. He cannot finish a sentence with it making sense. I didn't even understand what the fuck he started to say. Sorry, I didn't even understand what he was saying half the time because he started going off into something completely different. He didn't really, you know, his partner's sitting there saying, my needs are not being met. My needs are not being met emotionally. My man's chatting about, I've got to go out, I've got to go out, I've got to meet my client, I live quite close to, I can't remember, Knightsbridge. He's very materialistic. Now, there's nothing wrong with liking and wanting to live the high life and liking nice things. But when a man is very materialistic and it appears that is what drives him more than love, you need to leave him to have that bachelor life. Because that's all he can physically provide you with, a bachelor, like a link thing, innit? Like when you meet a brother and you're not really in a relationship, you're just doing a thing with him. That's Paul. Paul should be your ting, Chima. Paul is not your man, he should be your ting. Because he cannot provide for you as a man. Oh, he brings home the bag. For who to spend? Because I bet you if you spend it, he'd be asking you what you're doing with my money. Listen, Paul comes across like a little bitch. Paul walked out of that therapy session and that's the therapist should have said, I should have been a therapist, because if I was Denise in the mirror, would have said, idiot man, where you go? Yeah, I would have said, Hey, Bridget, you were full of chat. Yeah, come back and say it with your chest. Yeah, but you walk out. But then why he's with someone like Chima, because although she seems like she can handle her own, she seems like she takes his BS. I would have get it to him. You see, when he was being rude to the therapist, because he was looking stupid. He thinks he's funny, but he was actually looking stupid, being rude to Denise. If I was Chima, I would have give it to him. Bolts. She can't post on social media. Now, Chima. Someone please tell me how to pronounce this lady's name, because I'm really getting it wrong, and I really do apologise. But I'm sure Denise was calling her one thing and Paul was saying another as well. So, you know, we just need clarification here. She says she posts on social media. She also has a business. She seems very grounded, actually. I actually liked her. She seems very grounded. She posts on social media occasionally now because Paul don't like it. Barled not like it. So because Barled not like it now, she doesn't post a lot. And, you know, she's not allowed to comment if a man comments on her post or likes it. But yet he met her on social media. But you see, that's a man thing. They have like double standards, you know. Like, okay, I met you looking thottish and thirsty, but now that you're my wifey, you can't look like that no more. Like, anyway, she says she doesn't post with her breast and body out her door. She's very respectful. Plus, she has her business. She's actually losing money by not having a high social media presence. Chima, more fool you. You is the fool. If you are allowing your man to tell you that you can't post because he don't like when a man messages you and it's affecting your bag, and you're allowing that, more fool you, my girl. Yeah, idiot. Because me not let no man tell me that I cannot post if it's for my business and for my brand. Plus, your man is using your relationship as a brand. Your man is business driven, which is going to, I'm going to ask a question later on in this video, guys, because I'm kind of getting something from this whole the two episodes that I watched. I'm kind of, you know, getting something from it. But as far as I'm concerned, girl, more fool you. You don't let your man stop your bag, because that's how he comes across, so arrogant that he will turn around and tell you that's my money when you try and do something or buy something or spend. Yeah, go have your own money, go have your own things. Don't make the man stop you from building yourself. Who's to say you can't be bigger than him? But no, you're going to dilute your business and dilute what you're doing to please Barled, man. Me, you're massive mad. What else did I want to say about them? She said he fakes it till he makes it. He comes across like that. He look at him, bar off him head. Yeah. So yeah, he also says he's an influencer. He's a bit of a jack of all trades, isn't it? Bit of a jack of all trades. I don't know what he's mastered yet, so I'm not gonna end with the last part of that saying. But yeah, Paul is a jack of all trade. His middle name must be Jack. So Deborah and Jamal. Now, first of all, it screams immaturity, their relationship. Oh my God, Deborah she got like she atty. Deborah go like she at and she have only per man. Deborah, that's your first man. Girl, that's your first man. Now, I'm not cussing you because you're 24. Yeah, you're a good girl. You only have one man. You're a good girl. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you what... I think I was... Yeah, I was a mom at 20. Anyway, let's moving on. So, Deborah's this is her first relationship. And then she tried... she said it was her first relationship. Then she tried backpedal. Yeah, that don't try come for me, yeah. Don't try to do that, yeah. Because I've had experiences with men. Bitch, bye. Deborah's saying, yeah, Deborah's got a lot of growing to do. Okay, for the second episode, Deborah, I was kind of on Deborah's side a little bit, but the second episode, that's when she was kind of like this, and then she just went like that. Yeah, so she was like, I want my man to buy me nice things. I want name brand things. The next thing he bought me a Gucci bag for my birthday, but the next thing he's got to buy me is a Prada bowling hat or bowler hat. No, bucket hat. I think that's what she said. Anyway, something Prada. I can't remember exactly what she said. And I want him to buy me nice things. And my daddy spoiled me, and I'm a spoilt brat. So my man has to spoil me like the spoilt brat that I am. He has to take up from where my daddy left off. Yeah, that's how you sound, Deborah. That's how Deborah sounded. Very immature. Now, let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with let me go to the positives first, because I kind of hit her a little bit hard. Debs, kudos to you, because do you know why it's kudos to Deborah? She told the man from the get what she wants and where she stands. So she's telling the man, listen, I'm a girl about materialistic things and you gotta fulfill my needs. Don't give me no basic high street brand. I want name brand thing, yeah? Me want my thing up here with the name brand things that I want you to buy me. At least he knows. Jamal cannot be fooled and say, when I met her, she was quiet and she was meek and she didn't want for nothing. No. She told you from the get, this is what I want. However, first of all, Deborah, does your man look like a name brand man? I'm just asking. Now, I don't know. Now, Jamal, if you ever see how Jamal's jeans were ripped, in fact, Jamal, your jeans look a little bit washed out. I'm not come for you, Reggie. I'm not come for you. But, you know, you could have put on time a little better, you know. You're going to be seen, you know, in front of millions. And, you know, I don't know. Just think that he could have come a little better than that. But he doesn't look like a man that can financially fulfill her needs to be buying her all these designer stuff. He didn't look like it to me. I could be wrong. But he also made a comment that, you know, he's building his business and he's saving for a house. So the fact that he's saving for a house, you know, the word here is saving, you know, quite have it yet. It means that he's not quite at that point where he can supply you, Deborah, with all of this brands just so. You have to give them a little time. It might take him 1 year. I mean, to be honest, she's done well. They've only been dating for 1 year, which means probably they've only had one, but she's had one birthday with him and he bought her a Gucci bag. But you got to give him time to save for the next thing, girl. But you want name brand, and the man ain't even no name brand man. You know, with having those needs, if that's what makes you a woman, if that's what makes you, who am I to judge, darling? But you need to go to a man that can fulfill that. She sounds like a spoilt brat. My daddy did everything. My daddy still takes me here. My dad, which is lovely and beautiful for you and your dad. But then you need to find a man who's willing to take over from your dad. Yeah, you need to find a man who's willing to play your daddy role. Because it don't look like Jamal's the one. Don't it? Just, Let me say a nice thing about Deborah. She works. But Deborah, if you work, you should be able to provide and fulfill your own desires by providing for yourself. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want your man to buy, but you should be able to help yourself as well. And how it comes across is you can't help yourself, boo, and you need Jamal to take more clients across the pond to provide for you. Let me say something nice about Deborah. Deborah did say that Jamal's also, this is why I don't know if this is acting, because Jamal was really immature as well. Like, she's saying that she's talking to her man on, first of all, in fact, he said, I send you my rota or my schedule or something so you know what I'm doing, as if to say you have to fit whatever time we need to spend together into my rota. That's very immature. It is. I'm not gonna lie. But also, she's on the phone to him and he's got house party on in the background. He's always on social media. He's saying social media makes him his money. Girl, let me tell you something, ladies. If your man cannot talk to you without being on social media, it means that you are not fulfilling his needs. Now, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It means that there's clearly something wrong with him, because whatever's fulfilling, whatever stimulation he's getting from social media, yeah, is enough. It must be. If he can ignore you for social media, it must be making him satisfied. And, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So as far as I'm concerned, ladies, if your man cannot give you the common courtesy of having a conversation without having social media on and being the class clown on the screen, you are not satisfying him. And you need to move on and let him get his DIC by the people on social media that is doing that. Because as far as I'm concerned, if I'm talking to even a brethren on the phone and their attention is elsewhere, we need to end the call. Very immature. I just think if a man likes social media more than spending time with his partner when he's not working, that's really immature. That's really immature. That's stupid. In fact, Jamal also walked out. Why did Jamal walk out? I can't remember now. I watched it a whole nearly hour ago. That's how petty it was. That's why I think it was acting as well. It's very immature. And And he said that she disrespected him. Deborah was comparing her man to her brethren's man. Now, I'm going to hold my hand up and say I've done that before. Not in a way where I'm like, why don't you be like, bruh? But I've kind of used a brethren's man as an example. In a previous relationship, I've done that. And again, I was a lot younger, and maybe that's why Deborah's doing that. Ladies, if you do that, don't. You don't even like to be compared. I know I don't want to be compared. So how can you think it's okay to compare somebody else? Even if you're using them as an example, don't do it. You cannot compare your man to your brethren's man. Number one. Number two, your brethren's only going to tell you. Don't care if it's your best friend. Yeah? You do not know what's going on in their relationship. You think you know because you only know what your brethren tells you, yeah? The best friend's man could appear to be doing them things. Oh, he's taking me to all these fancy restaurants, but you don't know if she's paying Dutch. You don't know if she's paying for all of it. You don't know that although he's paying for it, when she goes home, she's got to do things that she's uncomfortable with doing because he's bought her a meal, like he's paying for her services. So, no, she's only telling you what you want to know. So the worst thing you can do is compare your man to somebody else. And I think that is very disrespectful. I would have a problem with that, and me would done you. If I was Jamal, Deborah, me would done you. He did ask her a good question. You want all these things, but what can you bring to the table? My girl said, when we get married, I'll tell you. Deborah said, when we get married, I'll tell you what I can bring to the table. Again, guys, if a woman tells you that is a red flag, run. Because that means that she don't have nothing. Yeah, and she don't even know what she can bring to the table. Again, you need to understand what you can provide in a relationship. A relationship is a union between two people. Now, in order to ensure that you're going to get what you feel you need out of that union, you both got to be able to communicate and explain and show what you can both do for each other. I'm not talking about material things. What I'm talking about is even if it's emotional support for your business, support through any family issues or health or anything, support to help you grow, set a foundation. You got to know what you can provide. And if a man tells you or asks you what can you provide, and you tell him about I know I can provide, yeah, and I'll tell you about it when we get married. That means she don't know, she can't provide you with nothing. You know, take up yourself and go, yeah? Because my girl wants name brand and she ain't willing to put in ish. She wants you to take her to fancy restaurants, but she ain't willing to put in ish. I bet she's one of them gal that, anyway, let me not say, because these people are little people, they're young, and I'm not going to be nasty, because that's nasty what I was going to say. So I'm not going to do that. Anyway. My main question is, can you be young, career-driven, like Paul and Jamal, and still have a relationship or find time for a relationship? Or is it that one has to suffer? One has to surpass the other one, so one has to suffer? Because this clearly shows to me that you cannot be young and career-driven. They're both definitely career-driven and passionate about their careers. Paul and Jamal I'm talking about. And both of their women who have their own businesses as well, I believe they both said. I definitely know Chima said that. I don't know about Deborah. I think she did as well. And they both work. But they're not so... Well, they must be passionate about their businesses, but not that it exceeds their relationship. So they want more from the relationship, but the guys are only willing to give a certain amount because their businesses is what takes preference. Can you be young and have a business? Is it that young people cannot fit that, or they don't have the ability to fit a relationship as well as a growing business into their lives because of maturity? Maturity? Is that possible? Because maybe this is what it's saying, that you need to focus on getting yourself to a certain point, and then you're able to then go into a relationship and digest what that means and what you should provide as well as what you should expect, and vice versa. So that would be my question. Also, if I was Denise, the therapist, after the first episode, we would have said to both of them, I think they both need to, count the time together as an experience but they both need to go their separate ways. Now, you see, if Chima and Deborah was my friend, I would advise them in a certain way, but I'd never tell my brethren to leave their man, because you know what, when they leave their man and they can't find their next man, or they see their man with next woman, no one can blame me and tell me I'm jealous and all them thing there. But if they were my sisters, I would be like, honey, tell him to hit the road. You'll see him, if you're meant to be, you'll see him again, you know, at another stage in your life. But I personally think that they shouldn't be together just after the first 2 episodes. I think that Paul cannot meet his partner's emotional needs. He cannot provide her with emotional stability, including love. I don't believe he loves her. That does not... Now, again, I could be wrong, but what he displayed does not show love. Again, with Jamal, I don't believe he loves Deborah. He may care for her. I don't think he loves her. Same as Paul. And I would advise Deborah, girl, take up your Louis Vuitton bag and go find one next man that can provide you with what you want with your material things. Don't really look for a full relationship at the moment, hon, because you don't know what you can bring. But yeah, that would be my advice. Now, no one's asked for my advice, but that would just be my advice if you're interested. Let me know what you think of this video. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't care, but I think I'm right. That's like that. Denise should have run their man there and said to Jamal, why you being a bitch? And said to Paul, look a boy with your bar lid. Because for her, he's a little boy and he's a youth man for her. But sit down. So yeah, guys, please let me know what you think of this video. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button, the thumbs up, and the notification. And please remember to subscribe to my channel, guys. So until next time, you will see me soon. Take care. Bye.